Our third shortcut is whenever you have to find the product of a sum and a difference. So whenever your first term of each binomial is the same, and whenever your second term is the same, then and you have a plus and you have a minus in the two different sets. Now the minus can be first and the plus or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have a shortcut. Your shortcut is, we're not even gonna worry about that. You take your first term and square it. So you take a squared. You put a minus sign in the middle, and you take your second term and square it, and that's your answer. So for example, if you had an x minus 3 times an x plus 3, your answer is taking your first term, your x, we're going to square that and give you an x squared. You give a minus sign, and then you take your 3 and you square 3, and that gives you a 9. That is your answer. That's a shortcut as opposed to taking x times x by doing the FOIL method. You get an x squared. X times a positive 3 gives us positive 3x. Negative 3 times an x gives us negative 3x. And then negative 3 times a negative 3 gives us negative 9. And what you notice when you do the shortcut, anytime you have a positive and negative, these middle terms cancel out. So you can use the shortcut and just totally skip this step of your foiling and just going straight to your answer. So let's look at each of these. This will always work whenever you have opposite signs. So we're going to do our shortcut. We're going to say, take this first term and we're going to say 9x times a 9x. Well, 9 times 9 is 81. X times x is an x squared. Then we're going to put a minus sign in there. And we're just going to take this forward and we're going to square that. And we're going to say 16. Booyah! I love different squares. These are great. We can do the same thing down here, even though the problem looks a little bit tougher. Notice we have a 10y and a 10y. Those are the same. 13z cubed, 13z cubed. Those are the same. We have a positive, we have a negative. So we can do our shortcut. We can take our first term and square it. 10 times 10. 10 squared is 100. Y squared. And then you put a minus. 13 times 13 is a 169. So it does help to know your perfect squares. We may have to review that. Now z cubed times a z cubed, you do have to remember this because what some people do is they like to multiply your exponents. Well, you're not multiplying your exponents, you're multiplying your z's, which means you're adding your exponents. So you have a 3 plus a 3, which gives you z to the 6th. So aside from that little hiccup, this problem should not be too bad. And that is how you can find the product of a sum and a difference.